Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is December 9th, 2024, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, Amazon pushes to new record highs on the upside. No major economic events scheduled for today. So looking at the markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the Canadian dollar and Australian dollar continue to slide versus the USD. Now looking at the indices, the NASDAQ pushed to new all-time record highs as well, while the Dow Jones tapering off. That rotation continues. Looking at commodities, natural gas gets a gap up this morning. And as we shift over to the stock, Tesla also pushing higher. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin remains unchanged while XRP explosion continues. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go with the Canadian dollar, and it pushed higher last week. Okay, this was one of the two that got weaker versus the dollar. Now, why is it getting weaker? We spoke about it. Some of the tariffs coming on from the United States, but it is making an abrupt change right here. So is the Australian dollar getting a nice lift this morning. That's what we call a short squeeze. Okay, in the short term, it's a squeeze. Right there at multi-time level support. Okay, if we look at a monthly chart, you can see it even better. I mean, this area between here and 62.90 is major support for the Australian dollar. So I do expect it to bounce off here. Now, the other majors are not doing that much, so I'm not going to really cover them. And let's jump into the commodities. Natural gas gets a gap up this morning, 322. It's been volatile. It has had really some good moves in it. It did retrace from its high of 360 down to about 3, bouncing off that 3, and we're about midpoint, just shy of that midpoint of 330-ish level. So this is still a decent move. Let's see if it can hold this gap up and maybe make a future correction. Now looking at gas and natural gas, regular crude oil, and gold, not much doing there. So let's jump into the big board. The NASDAQ, look at this nice push to the upside, all-time record highs, 21,670. Let's take a look at a monthly chart. That is, I mean, it's orbital, right? It's just continues week after week, month after month, since 2022, right? Since about 2 years ago when we hit this low, and then we just took it on the upside and completely made an abrupt turn. So this is heading into all-time record highs. If we look at the Dow Jones, just tapering off. Didn't push to all-time record highs. But what did push to all-time record highs? Check it out. Amazon at 225. Nice comeback for Amazon on the upside. But Tesla joined the rally on the upside. As you can see here, 378. Now, looking at a weekly chart, this is what we mentioned here. With this area, 360 was resistance-ish area. Next level of resistance is 448. Even though 400 is a round-off number, 448 is your next real resistance area, that 200-day moving average. And that's where we're headed, folks. So that is a big move for Tesla. Looking at the other major U.S. tech companies, Meta did retrace at that new all-time record highs. And so did Apple, okay, after hitting those new all-time highs as well. So markets are playing rotation. So one time it's this, one time it's this, but the markets are playing rotation. And what is in focus is tech. Tech is the focus here, even though the semiconductors kind of leveled off and we're not seeing new highs for NVIDIA. NVIDIA seems to be completely absorbed at this level, but it's only about $6 off of its all-time record highs as well. Now, lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin unchanged here at 99K, holding itself up. I'd like to see it hold above 100K before the end of the year for a nice push on the upside. And lastly, let's take a look at what's been going on in the markets with XRP, which has really gotten into territory that has just pushed it higher and higher to all-time record highs as well, as that has been showing some tremendous strength. Okay, last week it pushed itself to 261, still an explosion as it's holding its gains. Okay, XRP obviously at $2.30, easy to trade. You don't need a lot of margin for it, okay? So keep in mind that we are in a range at least now, okay? Although we had a push-up last week up to 261 after selling off to 231. I would look at 231-ish level as a support-ish area as well. So lots happening when it comes to cryptocurrencies. in this new administration coming in. Now, we've got only 2 weeks before Christmas, and there might be a follow-up, maybe a little bit of a sell-off just before it, and then hopefully for a end-of-the-year rally. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.